Tanya's about to give me anxiety. She needs to stay with Shaq. She needs to stay with Shaq and stay away from Kai. Why is everybody chasing Kai? What's so special about Kai? Hey, anyway, hey there, it's Valerie again. Thanks for stopping by. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island, season 9, episode 2. Oh God, I don't know. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. So in this episode, obviously, the new guy Tom has arrived, and Maya has introduced him to everybody and explained what's happening. He has 24 hours to get to know the girls, and then he'll make a choice of who he wants to couple up with. And for me, I don't know really. I don't know. He seems they seem to have a little sort of place in the back where they just bring out the same looking guy, just different age or different size or whatever. There's nothing special about him, nothing stands out about him. So he starts off immediately. He sits down with the girls and has a conversation with the girls, sort of wanting to know who they are. And the guys, you can see that they're very nervous because the guys keep. I remember Harris and Ron saying, why is he speaking to the girls? He should be coming to speak to us and introducing himself to us. And it's like, he's been given 24 hours, it's on a clock. Let him get to know the girls and see who he wants to couple up with. And you can tell off the bat that Olivia's very interested. I think of all the girls, Olivia was the one who was very interested. Tennille didn't seem interested at all. Um, Lana and Anna May were on the fence. And I was surprised by Tanya because she was very outspoken, and very vocal. And I don't know whether that's just because that's the type of person she is or whether she was interested. Tennille was not interested. She was very dismissive. She wasn't interested. So they then get to play the game, and Tanya decides when she picks up a card to kiss anyone other than the person she's coupled up with, she then chooses to pick Kai, and it's like, why? Is it because she's more comfortable with him, or is she serious that she's interested in him? Why would she want to involve herself in that square? There's already three people in that square. She doesn't need to be the first member to add a side to that square. Anyway, and it was surprising. I think Shaq was actually surprised because Lana picked him and was about to do a lap dance when her dress tore. That was sweet. I was really sad for Will. He had to, give a girl a massage, and it was just like, oh, Olivia couldn't be bothered. She didn't even seem interested. I know she later said that she has friend zoned him. He's a nice guy, but she's decided to friend zone him. I said it right off the bat that she only coupled up with him because he was the only choice there. If she had a choice, she would have rather have been single than not to couple up with anyone. But she understood that in order to stay on the show, she needed to be in a couple. So she was with Will and was looking for the very first bombshell that came up. They go to sleep, and the following morning, you know, Tom continues grafting the girls, and it was interesting. I don't think Tom was interested in Tanya. I think he just spoke to Tanya because she he was trying to be politically correct and not seem as though he had isolated someone. I think his three targets were Olivia, Anime, and Lana, but Lana and Anime didn't give him the assurance that he wanted to say that they were really that keen or that interested in him. I think he could tell Tennille was not interested. She was very dismissive, and I think he could tell she was not really feeling him that way. And so he had a conversation with all the girls, and when the girls asked him, "What's your type?" he wouldn't come out and say. I know he did tell Lana that, I like blondes, and he told the guys that I like blondes, but the rest of the girls, he didn't tell them. I think he was trying to make sure that he didn't get himself in trouble. He was trying to look for who would be easier to get their head turned. And then they went to play the dirty laundry game. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that game, dirty laundry game, because then you had to read a card and you had to guess who it was. And Tanya went again and kissed Kai, and it's like, what is it about Kai? Kai is not interested in you. Kai's already got his three fighting over him. Stay where you're comfortable. Shaq is smitten with you. He's asked you for a kiss. And you said, no, you need to wait. Why not stay with Shaq instead of chasing someone who has his own ladies fighting after him? And so Anime went and kissed Kai, and Tennille was upset. I think Tennille was upset because she knows that Anime initially picked Kai, and so she was like, "Oh, Anime just kissed Kai not because that was the right answer, but just because that's the person she wanted to kiss." And then it was also interesting when Olivia went and kissed Shaq because then Tanya was like, "Oh, that's taking too long. That's too long. They need to stop." And it was like, "Oh my god!" It was an interesting game because for some of the dirty games that they play on Love Island, I thought it was sweet. Yeah, it was too many people kissing and stuff, but I thought it was sweet. And Ron and Lana, that was their second kiss. She said, at least it was better than their first kiss, but they haven't officially kissed as people that are in a couple. They're only kissing during games. The girls did win, which wasn't surprising. I laughed at Shaq lying to a girl saying that, he was joining the army just because he wanted to stop dating her. It's like, okay, whatever, makes you happy. And so I think it's everyone could see. I think even Will himself, Will did try during the games. He did kiss one of the girls. He kissed Lana, and you could tell that. I don't think Lana sees him in that in that eye as sort of like someone should like to be in a romantic coupling with. I think she sees him more in the friend zone, which sadly Olivia has sort of friend zoned him, and I don't think Camille has even ever considered him or Anime has considered him. So I don't know what's going to happen to Will. The guys did have conversations after the game and sort of were discussing how they felt about the kissing. The girls did the same. And you could see how people were very defensive when their partner kissed somebody else. And it's like, this is day two. You need to calm down. There's still plenty of time for you to establish a connection and to make sure that this is your person. Because even when Tom was speaking to the girls, you could tell that the guys were very territorial because they kept asking him, how long are you going to be? This, that, and the other. And it was like, oh my God, oh my God. And I think so. They then sat Tom down. The guy sat Tom down and had a conversation with him and sort of asked him, who are you feeling or who do you think you're going to pick? And that's when the text message came to say, they need to go to the fire pit. Went to the fire pit, and it was interesting. Was they surprised with Tom's choice? No. I think Tom was wise to pick someone who he knew was in a coupling whereby even if you pick that person, there would be no bad blood. Because I think Will himself could tell that Olivia was not into him, and Olivia knew she wasn't into Will. So Tom picking her was the best idea. I know he tried to be very vague in who he was going to pick, but I think it was obvious. I think most of the girls were not as excited about him as Olivia was. And I think this is why he ended up going with Olivia because she seemed more interested in him than everybody else did. Um, what did I think about the episode? I thought it was a great episode. I thought it was a great episode. It's still a bit slow and still needs to pick up, but it wasn't bad. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye everyone.